Dramatic footage circulating on social media appeared to show dozens of fiery fragments raining down over Israel during a fresh Iranian ballistic missile barrage. The glowing streaks, nearly 24 visible in some videos, raised fears that cluster sub-munitions had been deployed mid-air. While it has not been confirmed whether the falling objects were cluster bomblets or debris from intercepted missiles, the Israeli military has previously acknowledged that Iran has fired ballistic missiles equipped with cluster warheads. According to the Israel Defense Forces, such a missile's warhead splits open while descending at an altitude of roughly 7 kilometers, scattering around 20 smaller explosive sub-munitions across a radius of nearly 8 kilometers. Each bomblet carries approximately 2.5 kilograms of explosives. Though individually less powerful than a conventional warhead, the system is designed to saturate a wide area, maximizing impact over densely populated zones. Similar munitions were reportedly used during the June 2025 conflict between the two countries. The IDF said there was no change to civilian safety instructions despite the possibility that cluster weapons had been launched again. However, the military's international spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Nadav Shoshani, accused Iran of deliberately targeting populated civilian areas to cause widespread casualties. He described such actions as a war crime and stated that Israel would continue operating in accordance with international law to defend its citizens.
Behind me you can see the crater of the Iranian missile that hit at the middle of the city only a short time ago. In this site behind me, a few dozens of civilians injured. Once again, the Iranian regime, exactly as it's aimed to his civilians, do the same thing here in the middle of Israel, in the middle of Israeli population, innocent people that live here peacefully.
What are cluster munitions? Cluster munitions remain among the most controversial weapons in modern warfare. Designed to open mid-air and disperse multiple smaller bomblets rather than detonate in a single blast, they are inherently wide-ranging in effect. The sub-munitions are not guided and fall freely before exploding on impact. A significant concern is that many fail to detonate immediately, remaining on the ground as unexploded ordnance, effectively functioning like hidden landmines long after the initial strike. Why were cluster munitions banned? Because of their indiscriminate nature and the long-term risk posed to civilians, cluster munitions are widely banned under the Convention on Cluster Munitions. However, neither Iran nor Israel is a signatory to the treaty. As tensions escalate and missile exchanges intensify, the reported use or potential use of such weapons has added another dangerous dimension to an already volatile conflict, heightening fears for civilian safety across the region.
For the second straight day, Iran's retaliatory strikes have spread beyond military targets and into the heart of the Gulf region's commercial and diplomatic hubs. In Abu Dhabi, debris from an intercepted drone damaged part of a complex housing the Israeli embassy and several international missions. The incident caused minor injuries to a woman and her child, according to the Emirates State Media Office. The debris struck the facade of the Etihad Towers complex after an interception triggered loud blasts heard across the capital, Reuters reported. Iran had vowed to target U.S. bases in the region following weekend strikes by Washington and Israel, but the widening pattern of attacks is now affecting civilian and commercial areas across major Gulf cities. In Dubai, 2 people were injured when shrapnel from intercepted drones fell onto residential homes. Overnight, damage was reported at Dubai International Airport, the landmark Burj Al Arab Hotel, and the Palm Jumeirah Island. At Jebel Ali Port, thick black smoke rose after debris from an intercepted missile sparked a fire at one of the berths. State-owned logistics giant DP World has temporarily paused operations at the port as a precaution. The company cited recent regional developments and government directives. Jebel Ali Port and its adjacent free trade zone account for more than a third of Dubai's gross domestic product and handle around 10% of global container traffic. The implications for trade and shipping could be significant. Large plumes of smoke were also seen rising from Abu Dhabi's Zayed port area, according to witnesses. In neighboring Oman, which had previously been spared, 2 drones struck the Duqm commercial port, wounding 1 worker. The development marks a notable expansion of the conflict's footprint. Blasts were also heard in Doha and across parts of the Gulf, underscoring how far the reverberations are spreading. Iran describes the strikes as retaliation, but the second day of attacks suggests a widening theater that now threatens aviation corridors, trade arteries, and diplomatic compounds. What began as a military exchange is rapidly impacting the economic lifelines of the Gulf. From embassy compounds to global shipping hubs, the region's stability is facing one of its most severe tests in years.